You are now tuned into the Black Law Students Association of Canada's YouTube. Welcome to Conference 2020. How are you both doing today?
We're doing great, yeah.
Doing good. This is the morning. How was breakfast?
Delicious.
It was delicious. It was hotel food, so it's good. It's good. All right. So, what law school do you both attend? And tell us your names.
Okay, my name's Alicia Ray Weeks, and I go to the University of New Brunswick.
My name is Jonathan Adams, and I'm also at the University of New Brunswick.
Okay. Why did you both choose to attend the law school that you attend, and what were your first impressions when you walked in the doors?
I'm from New Brunswick. I lived in Fredericton since I was in grade 7. I went to the University of New Brunswick for my undergrad, and I just loved the school so much, so I decided that I wanted to apply there again. It, in fact, was the only school I applied to, and I'm glad that I'm staying close to home, and my family and my friends are still there, so that's awesome. My first impression when I walked into the school was like I recognized nobody, which is weird because Fredericton is such a small town that you really know everyone there. But when I walked into the doors of the law school, it was a whole new experience. Like I met a bunch of new people, and that was just like so great to meet.
Yeah, I chose UNB because, you know, it's a really small school. It's got that tight community feel. And I was born out in the East Coast, so I thought, you know, maybe I wanted to explore that a little bit more. I remember my first impression was just how pretty it was. It was absolutely gorgeous. The campus is all done in this nice red brick, so it feels like a classic university feel. And yeah, once I got there, I got comfortable, I got settled. Everyone was so nice to each other. We're such a tight community that I just thought like it was the best place to be.
Interesting. So what would you say, since you both are speaking about it, not many of our viewers may not have been to Fredericton, New Brunswick, or been to New Brunswick in general. What is one thing about your law school, even the city, that you'd say is underestimated or no one knows?
That's difficult. I feel like people know a little bit what the feel is going to be before they get there. You know, it's a city of about 50,000 people. It's definitely the prettiest city in New Brunswick. But it's not something that people would underestimate. I feel like people don't necessarily realize how old the place is, how well established it is, and how much credit that gives you in the community. That really means a lot to people. Everyone knows where the law school is. They know that people go there are absolutely brilliant and have great futures ahead of them. So, you know, I just feel like that there's a lot of pride that comes from that. So that is one thing that I'd really like to highlight.
And I think what I would highlight is just how small the classes are. I think our full first year is split into two, each with about 45 students, and that just makes it such a close feel. I know everyone's name in my class, I know half of the other class too, and it's just really nice and like a community feel, and you even know all the professors, and to me that's just something that I really liked because I like to have that close relationship with people.
Awesome. So can you tell us a bit about your BLSA chapter at your school? Why did you join it, and what was one of the most interesting things that you may have done this year?
Okay, I joined it personally because I knew that it was going on before. I was friends with Claire Brown, who was the BLSA president last year, I believe, but she was a 3L, so after she graduated, the chapter had kind of stopped because there was nobody else running it. So when our crew came in as first years, we decided that we wanted to get it going again, and we definitely thought that there should be Black representation on campus, and that we wanted to, you know, just make aware that there was diversity at our school. And yeah, so that's personally why I wanted to join it, just to make sure that it kept going.
Yeah, it was largely the same for me. I mean, Alicia Ray and our other colleague Joy approached me and asked me if I wanted to be on it, and I was, you know, first year, I didn't really know what was going on, so I thought I would take any opportunity I could to get involved. And it turned out much better than I even expected, because I found some great friends, we've had some awesome times together, and we've planned some really interesting activities, so you know, it just really adds a lot of depth to my law school experience. I feel like this is something that I can bring with me much further than necessarily, you know, even the classes that I'm taking, because this is experience for life.
Awesome.
And I think the best event we've had this semester, in my opinion, was we hosted like an informal thing for prospective students It was a presentation where we told them about the law school and we answered any questions that they may have had. They had questions about the LSAT, they had questions about the school itself, and we just had about, I think we had 11 or 12 students there, and it was just really nice to see how excited they were to apply to school.
Yeah, and the benefit for us, of course, is that they were from a Black student association from another university, and obviously we're trying to encourage as much diversity as possible because we need to keep this chapter going. So anyone who's, people of color who want to come and join us, we're more than happy to support you.
Awesome. What's one tip that you would give a prospective student interested in applying to your law school that you may have applied that made you both successful getting in?
Yeah, just don't stress out too much about it. People I find get caught up in the particulars. They think that a particular undergraduate degree is going to be the key, or having a particular skill is going to be the key. Just make sure that you're doing something that you love, so that when you do it, you can do it the best way you know how, and you can show people that you're really passionate about it. Because the school is going to want to see that you can get excited about something. So be excited about whatever it is you're doing, and you'll be there.
Yeah, and I would say that UNB is a bit more of a holistic school. Like, they look at not only your LSAT and your score, but they also really do read your personal statement. So just highlight something that makes you stand out as you, whether it be a story that you want to tell them or some experiences you want to share. Like, just make sure that you make your personal statement personal to you, and I think that's gonna help you get into our school.
Awesome. And finally, what does it mean to be a part of the Black Law Students Association of Canada? How have they helped you up to this point, or how do you hope or look possibly for them to help you in the near future?
I think personally the thing I enjoy most about being part of the BLSA Canada is that just coming to the conferences and meeting people, I hear a little bit more about how Blackness fits into the law career, into the industry, and that's not something we necessarily learn about in the classroom. It's really nice to see people like actually succeeding in the industry and hearing from them. So
yeah, I just really appreciate that you hear from diverse voices. I didn't really know that there was a special organization that catered just to people of color like us, and it makes us feel a little bit more connected, and that's something that's really valuable for me.
Awesome. We'd like to thank you both for being here, and I believe myself and the viewers would also love to stay in touch with you if possible. Is there any way that they can reach you if they have any questions about applying or sending in their personal statements? How can they be reached? Sorry.
Yeah, we have the UNB BLSA Facebook group, and also you can always email either myself or Alicia Ray. My email address is jaadams11@unb.ca.
And mine's A-Weeks with an extra E, so AWEEKES @unb.ca.
Awesome. Any other final comments, or that's it?
Make an application to UNB. You will not be disappointed. We hope to see you next year.
Awesome. Thank you both for coming.